hello everyone. We're going to go over how to do a conclusion paragraph. Okay, so first the structure of a conclusion paragraph. So it's the opposite, in a way, of an introduction paragraph, in that it's a triangle, and it's going from narrow to broad, okay? You're going to start out narrow and specific with your thesis statement, and then get broader with your judgment and your send-off. So let's look more closely at these three main parts of a conclusion paragraph. So first you have your thesis, but it's like the same thesis that was in your introduction paragraph, but you're going to reword it so that it doesn't sound repetitive. Next is your judgment. You're just explaining to your readers why they should care about what you wrote. Why is everything you just wrote important? And then last is your send-off. You're leaving your readers with the most important thing you want them to think about from your essay, or your message to them about what you want them to do or be like after reading your essay. You can tie your send-off back to your hook if you want. Okay, now let's just look at all the steps of writing a conclusion paragraph, and then we're going to go through each one by one. So the first step is to write a transition word or phrase to signal to your readers that they're about to read your conclusion paragraph. Something like in conclusion or in summary, okay? The next step is to rewrite your thesis, including your two reasons, using different words from your introduction paragraph. Then step 3 is to write your judgment, again explaining why what you wrote is important. Step 4 is to write your send-off, and then step 5 is to put it all together. Right, so let's look at step 1. Write a transition word or phrase to signal to your readers that they're entering the conclusion paragraph. This is optional. You only want to add it if your essay feels jumpy without it. But I think for most of you, you probably will want to add a transition word or phrase. So some examples of ones that you could use would be in conclusion, in summary, in short. You just want to send a message to your reader like, hey, this is the end of my essay. We're wrapping things up here. You can also do something that's like more specific to your essay, like these are the reasons why, or this is why. Okay. Step 2 is to rewrite your thesis using different words. So first you want to look at the thesis from your introduction, okay? Then you want to say the same thing but with different words. If you're not sure how to say something differently, you can Google that word and plus synonym to find another way to say it. So here's my original thesis statement from my introduction paragraph. Theater is an enjoyable activity for many students because they can express themselves and be physically active. And then here is my rewritten version of that for my conclusion. In conclusion, students love theater for many reasons. 2 of the biggest reasons are that it's one of the few places at school where they can say what is truly in their hearts and where they can move around to get their physical energy out. See how these 2 are basically saying the same thing but with different words? Okay, step 3 is to write your judgment. Explain why people should care about what you wrote. Okay, so let's do that with this example conclusion paragraph. So here's our rewritten thesis statement, and then here's an example of a judgment that could follow from that. These aspects of theater help students find out who they are and feel alive. Okay, because in our thesis we said, kids like theater because they can say what they really feel and they can move around. So in my judgment, I'm saying like, okay, why does that matter? Well, it matters because it helps kids find out who they are and feel alive. And then step 4 is to write your send-off. Again, this is what you want your readers to remember after reading your essay, okay? So here is our rewritten thesis statement. Here is our judgment about why it's important. And here is my send-off. So let me just read the judgment right before that so that it'll make more sense. These aspects of theater help students find out who they are and feel alive. Then my send-off. And they are what students will keep with them for the rest of their lives, unlike what they memorize for a multiple choice test or a worksheet. And then your last step is to put it all together. Okay? So we have our rewritten thesis statement in red. We have our judgment in green. And we have our send-off in blue. Thanks for watching.